Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly in the Week in Review from the Ingram angle. This morning, the morning after pill, I should say. Federal judges ruled there should be no age restriction to buying a pill that will prevent any pregnancy after sex takes place. The Obama administration was going to challenge that ruling, but has now decided not to. By the way, you can buy the morning after pill without a prescription. That means anybody of any age can get all the pills they want. Joining us from Houston, Miss Laura Ingram. So why is this bad, in your opinion?
Well, a couple of things, Bill. First of all, young girls as young as 9, 10, and 11, and I think in about 10% of the cases, medical research shows girls of that age have reproductive capacity. So the studies on this drug, regardless of whether you like the drug or not, the studies are really non-existent for girls of that age. And a pediatric association has raised that issue, saying, look, regardless of the underlying issue of whether you like it or not, we need longitudinal studies, long-term studies on perhaps the effect on young girls' future fertility and their hormonal reproductive development. If this pill is taken not just once, but as a matter of course, as a lot of people are concerned could happen, especially if this, as it's happening, this pill is now available, as President Obama once was worried about, just as you can get a pack of bubble gum or batteries. We're talking about young women. In most states, of course, statutory rape laws are still in effect. Young women shouldn't be having sex. Little girls shouldn't be having sex. And about 76% of the times that girls report sexual activity at such a young age, it's coerced sexual activity. So my concern there is, look, that helps people who want to manipulate and take advantage of young women, but we don't know the long-term health effects on the young girls.
All right. Now, the argument from the people who believe this is a worthy thing is that it will cut down on abortions. And I know you're a pro-life person. And so yes. What do you say to that?
Yeah, the studies actually don't bear that out either, and there's a lot has been written about this lately. There was a big piece in Commentary magazine that I urge all the Factor viewers to read, because it went through all these claims that, oh, this is good, this actually protects young women, this is a real step forward for women's reproductive health. Again, we're not talking about 17 to 18-year-olds. We're talking about little girls who
anybody
can't get
can access
their ears pierced.
Right. Anybody can access it.
Anyone, or anyone who abuses a young woman could take her into a pharmacy and get it for her and manipulate her once again without parents knowing anything.
Right.
Yeah, without parents being involved, Bill, at any level.
Now, the judge, I'm not quite sure why he ruled the way he did. It would seem to me that probably 15, 14 maybe would be an age that we could at least have a conversation about. This will lead to the rise in STDs, which is an epidemic, not reported on much by the media.
Right.
But
Huge.
It certainly will do that. Because now kids will say, well, if I have unprotected sex, I can get this little pill and pop it in and I'm okay. So I won't have the condom or I won't protect myself. And bang, you're going to have another explosion, as we already have, in that area. So that's something. Statutory rape, obviously, another thing that very underreported in this country. We don't want to hear about it. Incest, same thing.
Yep.
So it seems to me that President Obama had legitimate reasons for opposing the judge's ruling, which he did in the beginning.
They said we needed more studies. Yeah. And Kathleen Sebelius' bill last year said we needed more studies. We haven't had any more studies.
But then they spin.
On the effects, again, of very young girls.
They give it up. And they say, it's not worth pursuing. And I'm wondering why. I mean, you're not going to get the president to answer that question. Sebelius
It's fanatic. Well, no, of course. This is a fanatical adherence to this mantra that it's our bodies ourselves. But we're not talking about adults. We're talking about protecting vulnerable little girls who are vulnerable to oftentimes adult males who take advantage of them with these little girls
so just to be clear,
not knowing.
I only have 45 seconds left. Just to be clear, you oppose no age limit. If it were 15 or something like that, would you say, all right, I can live with that?
Well, I don't think the studies are there for the 15. There are a few more studies, but again, they're not about long-term effects. In use of the pill, this morning after pill on successive occasions. Those studies are not complete, and they're not there. They're not objective studies. There's a lot of concern. But my objection to this is obviously there's a pro-life objection, but this is also a policy objection to protecting the most vulnerable in our society, which are our children. They should not be sexualized. We shouldn't make it easier for sexual predators or other adult males or females, for that matter, to take advantage of these girls without any parental involvement or other layer of protection. I think it's a really sad day for this country and for little girls especially.
Ms. Laura, thank you. Up next, American